Yeah, I know. I'm scrappy looking right now. Pop my bump right here. But anyway, I wanted to do a video basically on, I don't get it. What's up with all the, hate, like, with, like, certain people? Like, I don't get it. Why is it that way? Now this type of hate doesn't really specifically have to do with, like, the kind of hate that I've talked about in the past with, like, um, I'm not gonna get into that actually today because I talked about it already. But, like, for example, I always noticed, like, with the Kardashians, after, like, that last story, they always have somebody saying some really bad crap about them. I always wonder, now, why do people hate on these people so much? Like, why do they matter in your life? Like, as far as I can see, they don't seem too problematic to me, personally. I've never understood why people had more issues with them. Because it's like, for me, I don't understand why they, like, why would they really matter? Like, they don't do anything, like, with politics or anything specific. But people always seem like they're so focused on them, and they so hate them. Like, if you don't like them, why don't you just not pay attention to them? And, I don't even understand why you dislike them. Some people will say stuff about, like, some scandalous stuff they did or whatever, or, like, cultural appropriation. And I never understand that because it's like, just because you don't like someone doesn't mean they're white. To you, at least. I mean, like, how do you just go around picking who's white and who's not, you know? Like, I made a whole video on this, and I mean, like, I do consider the Kardashians white, but with a caveat. I mean, like, we all know that those people tan very well, and I've talked about that many times. But, I mean, like, people always act like, they're culture appropriating because they got darker and stuff, and it's like, to me, I never understood that because it's like, well, they aren't European. And I mean, like, since they are not European, they don't have the same skin type. In the Middle East, they have to have more protective skin for the sun. So then, of course, they're gonna have to, be more protective and have like a skin type 3 or skin type 4 in Fitzpatrick's skin type scale. Look it up. But yeah, and if you know anything about the Fitzpatrick skin type scale, it kind of like tells you the different types of skin types. In type 3 and 4, they are naturally very light, but they tan very heavily and very quickly. So, I mean, that's the type of skin types that they have to accommodate for the sun and exposure in their regions. So to me, I never understood why people always act like they're culturally appropriating when that's just a part of their ethnicity, you know? They might be white, but their ancestors still have to survive in really harsh conditions, so, you know. So that's what I just don't understand. Like, why is there so much hate for them? Like, what's that about? And then I noticed this a lot with, like, the black sector. A lot of people get upset because they are pear-shaped. And I never understood that. I've talked about that in other videos. Like, other races are allowed to be women too, right? Or do we really think only black women are women? Of course, there are women with big boobs and big butts and, you know, big hips and stuff. Female parts. I don't think it's really shocking that a woman has big female parts. Some women do. Not all women do, but some women do, despite whatever race they are. And it really does bother me, and I've said this before too, but, it bothers me because it's like I'm a thinner woman and I have bigger breasts but not a butt. And it's like, assuming that black women are shaped a certain way is dangerous for black women, because why do we have to have that expectation? Why can't we just be ourselves? Just the same as white women and Hispanic women. To me, I mean, like, women are shaped all sorts of ways with different colors as well. I just like to have a more open